Hey there everybody and welcome back. For those of you that want to see a really quick installation of the Creality Ender 3 V2, I have all or most of the parts out right now. Stay tuned, I'm covering that in today's video. Now before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out the channel for new content. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump straight in. I will be doing this based on the manual, and I'm someone who's just now getting started with 3D printing, so this is designed to be a video from a beginner's perspective. So to make this a little bit easier, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the manual. I'm going to point out the different parts because I'm likely going to be speeding up certain parts of this install just to make it a little bit quicker. Certain things like screwing parts in. When you see what goes where, there aren't too many pieces out. Now, a couple of things to note. I have a couple of pieces off camera. Most of them are from the accessories pack. So we're looking at things like this, screws, miscellaneous belts, things of that nature. So as far as the installation is concerned, I've laid out everything in a very disorganized fashion, but it matches the book here. So basically we'll go through really quickly. You'll see we have the printer base, the display kit, we have the nozzle kit, which is actually connected to the base, and then the Z-axis passive block in the top right. Then, moving to the next line, straight across, we have the X-axis tensioner, the Z-axis motor kit, the Z-axis limit switch kit, and the X-E-axis kit. And then down here, all the bars, or I'm calling them bars, but we have the Z-axis profile left, right, gantry profile, X-axis profile, and then the T-type screw, which is actually already in one of the Z-axis profiles. So just as a quick note, if you're thinking you're missing some pieces, there's a really good chance that T-type screw is already going to be right here. And when it comes to a couple of the pieces that are over here, they're likely going to be in this bag that has really just a bunch of random accessories and screws. Other thing to note, this does come with it looks like a micro SD card reader. I'm sure some people may have this question. If you're anything like me, somehow you managed to lose all of your flash drives. But what we have here is, let's see, so it's a blank card, so I'm not quite sure what the storage capacity looks like on this. But we do have our little adapter here. So when we pull the top off, looks like just a standard USB adapter. So it's really nice that they included that. Definitely makes one less thing that you have to go shopping for. So now let's go ahead and again go through this installation. So again, I may speed a couple of things up here and there, just kind of cut out the audio and just basically I'll slow things down to show you what I'm doing and where. But we'll be starting here in the manual. So let's go ahead and jump straight in. Now, one quick thing to note when you are getting this set up and you're using your Z-axis profile, it looks like in the ones that I was shipped, so you have to pay very close attention to the diagrams, but it looks like in the ones that I was sent, so you have one that goes on the left and one that goes on the right, and they're not identical. So if we look at these, the one that actually has this screw in it, you would think would be the one that needs to have the screw in it, but it's not actually the case in my case. I don't know if they just do it randomly or if they try to put it in the correct one, but if you look at the diagram correctly and we get everything centered up so that the profile matches the picture, you'll see that one of these has two holes that go towards the inside, and then the other one is going to have the limit switch installed. So the one without the holes, or at least without the holes on this side, will have the limit switch installed down here, and you can just unscrew these just a bit to get that installed. That'll go on this side, and then we will throw this one over here. Now, you'll be able to get the orientation a little bit better when you look at the next page, which is looking at the back side, which would mean this is on the right. You'll see that's where that screw needs to be. So the one that has the holes in it, which is this one, just needs to send the screw over here. So let's go ahead and do that. And then what we are going to do is use the longer screws with Allen wrenches. So these use the larger Allen wrench. The limit switch over here is going to use the, I guess you call it the second largest Allen wrench next to this. But we'll go ahead and basically all we're doing is setting this right here, and then we will simply be getting that screwed in. So that's all that there is to that. All right, so we have hooked up everything. I have this plugged in. One thing to note, there is a switch on the back to choose the voltage. Make sure that you have that set to the correct one for your outlet. Now, I did take this off the tripod just to give you a quick overview of the finished product, or mostly finished product. So at this point, we just have the satisfying parts of peeling off plastic. This one's on here pretty good though, so just be careful with that. And then obviously you can peel off the bed once you feel comfortable. And then you'll see that we have basically everything just set up. So now we have to level the bed and do all that fun stuff, but that'll be for another video. If you're interested, just put a comment down below. Last thing really to check, so we can go on the back here, flip the on switch, and basically just see if it actually starts up. Now I hear a fan kicking in. We have a screen that is working. This piece does look like it can clamp on and off, so just make sure that that's tightened up. All of your wires are managed correctly, and there you have it. And I did want to wrap things up just by noting that I'm doing the test print, so there is a test print that's included on the card. So basically just did the preheat, did the leveling of the bed. There are a bunch of other videos online. The x-axis on mine was a little bit lower on the right-hand side, so I ended up loosening some of the bolts and lifting it up, and it looks like it's working as expected. I don't think that it's at the best quality right now, but I'm not seeing anything getting scraped up. So again, for a first round test print, I'm interested to see how this comes out, but hope that was helpful. Okay, so I do plan on ending the video here, but I did just want to show the test print. So we are, looks like a couple hours left, so I'm not going to show the finished product, but just wanted to show everything. So I did level out the bed and everything else. If you want, drop a comment below. I can make a video on how to do that, but basically we have the test print. I was a little bit concerned based on how it started over here, but it looks like everything's coming out pretty well. So the test print, I think, is some kind of a cat, and you could see, depending on the quality, you can see that it's actually coming out pretty well. So again, for a test print and the first time, everything seems to be working pretty well. All right, so everything finished up. So just wanted to show, we have this, it popped off pretty easily, relatively hollow, but I personally think it came out pretty well. So this is the first, basically just like the test print that comes with the card. So it's not perfect, but I think overall the quality is very, very impressive. Took about 3 to 4 hours. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions on that too.